Welcome back, people of the internet. We survived Cadwell, can we survive Brands Hatch, even with 2 black flags? For those of you who are new here, where have you been? The previous episodes have seen the resurrection of one of my all-time dream cars. It's seen cleaning, fluid changing, and even survived the run on the dyno. The previous video saw us at Cadwell Park racetrack, so we have some work to do and we have a tight deadline to get it ready for Brands Hatch. After an extremely successful trip to Cadwell, it's time for some more track prep. Got a few bits to put on, and firstly we are going to start by ruining my car. It's a sad day. So my local track is Brands Hatch, it's about half an hour away. They have very strict noise restrictions. So what happens is, and I'll add the meme in here, which is build the racetrack, people move next to the racetrack, people complain about the noise, racetrack get closed, etc. And the circle of life continues. So I'm going to get this quieter exhaust on. So we can contrast the 2 exhausts. They're actually a different shape. This is my new one with more resonators. It should be quieter. And there's the old one. Hopefully it will all line up in the correct position. And we'll find out in a moment. With the help of Aidan, the exhaust did indeed fit like a glove. Then we were off to Powerflow Dartford for even more quietness. Dan at Powerflow Dartford always does top quality work, fully TIG welded and all finished in-house. On this occasion, he was making a custom silencer to fit in the exhaust, with the aim of bringing the sound down to below 98 decibels. If we can't get the sound down, there is a chance that we could be black flagged and removed from the track. Only time will tell. So what do we have here? We have 2 aircon compressors. So this is the one that works correctly. So on the front here, you may notice that this bit turns independently. And this one, it does not. So what this is an electromagnetic clutch, which is powered by this wire here. And what that does is it allows it to freewheel all the rest of the time. And then when you want the aircon to work, that becomes locked and it then compresses the refrigerant. This one, it doesn't work. Oh, come on then. Come on. The cat wants to be involved. Come on. Come on then. What are you meowing at? Well, maybe she doesn't want to be in the video. With the assistance of Roxy the cat, I proceeded to refit the aircon compressor. I'll have that regassed at a later date. Next up was my super oil change. I say super because I decided to remove the oil sump so I could remove any residual oil left in the engine. This also gave me an excellent opportunity to see the condition of the inside of the engine. Thankfully, it was in great shape. I also removed the oil cooler and added engine and radiator flush. This would mean that when I drop the fluids out, I get as much out as possible, removing any remaining debris. Next up, following a very thorough clean, it was time to apply a new bead of silicone and put the sump back on the engine. It was time to add some engine oil and get on with the next jobs. We were less than 24 hours away from getting to Brands, so we had to get on with it at this point. Welcome back. We're talking D-bushes. Here's the one that's old and worn. Maybe how well you can see that. And this one is the new one on my left. So we get that fitted. With that done, and a load more jobs that I didn't even have time to film, it was time to get the car back on the floor and get off to Brands Hatch. Luckily, it's only a 25-minute drive. 15 if you're flat out. So, by the skin of our teeth, we made it to Brands Hatch. And most importantly, how did it get on at the noise test? It made 89 decibels, and he actually commented saying it's one of the quietest cars he tested. Is it ruined? Well, that's a matter of opinion. Would I like it louder? For these short journeys, definitely. In the next episode where we do 1,000 miles in this car, it's nice that it's quiet. So, what makes Brands Hatch so special? Nestled in the Kent countryside, just 14 miles southeast of London, this iconic venue actually features 2 circuits within one. The compact, action-packed Indy circuit, which we'll be focusing on today, and the longer Grand Prix circuit. The Indy Loop is about 1.2 miles, whilst the GP layout stretches to a roughly 2.4 mile length. Originally, the circuit goes way back to 1926 as a grassy track for cyclists on its farmland. It wasn't until 1932 that it hosted its first true race, when 4 motorcycle clubs held an event there. Over the decades, Brands Hatch has become a legendary home from everything from Formula 1, DTM, British touring cars, and even truck racing. But why has a circuit with only 6 corners got such legendary status? Well, it might only have 6 corners, but there's hardly a straight or truly flat section inside. It's highly technical and has the infamous Paddock Hill Bend, a real test of who's got the minerals. Get it right and you'll feel a stomach-dropping compression and massive sense of reward. Get it wrong and you'll know all about gravel and possibly a wall. Another huge attraction of this circuit is its tight and twisty nature. It really levels the playing field between the big horsepower cars and the lighter, more agile machine. This makes it perfect for the Evo 5 RS. Much like Cadwell in the previous episode, the car took an absolute pounding. I reckon I did the most laps out of anyone there, probably about 70. So, where did the black flags happen? But first, it might be best to explain what a black flag actually is. Reasons for displaying a black flag are unsafe driving, so a driver is deemed to be driving dangerously or recklessly, who would have thought it, violation of rules, or a mechanical issue, i.e. something's hanging off your car. So what happens if you get a black flag? Well, in racing, such as Formula 1, that is the end of your day. But in this kind of scenario, it normally involves coming in, being told off, being told what you have to do right, potentially a little bit of grovelling, and then back out on the track. So they say there is nothing faster than a rental car. I disagree. In fact, I think there's nothing faster than when your mate tells you that his wife is a nervous passenger and you have to take her out. That is what led to this black flag. In reality, it was a few contributory factors. Getting a bit excited, trying to scare her, and at the same time, no ABS. So, on to the next one.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Okay, so what have I done here? So in my enthusiasm to get away from the McGann, I've managed to overtake this A45 mid-corner, which is a massive no-no. So I think there's going to be some grovelling coming up.
Look, yeah, we're all here to have fun, so I shouldn't go too mental, innit? But,
how many Evos do you see kicking about now?
Not many.
Probably rarer than
that A45, yeah.
Yeah.
No, fair play.
Just look after it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, apologies. Alright, wicked.
And that about wraps it up from Brands Hatch. Again, car absolutely faultless. I cannot wait to get back out on track. Thanks so much to my friends and family for their free passenger rides. I hope they had a great day. Coming up on the next one, we avoid sheep, we do 1,000 miles in a rally car, and we try and find Clarkson.